music? Where the music? Right here. Is it going? We usually have the music going to a beat right now. We're just imagining us with the music. My goodness, I need to be on Bad Boys now. They put them on there. I need to be on that. You getting that chair set yet? The chair, someone moving the chair down. Oh man. All right.
Once a former NFL star turned esports coach.
I was getting the stink eye from my wife. She's like, "What you doing?"
Like, I know.
And once a dad who
I
can't
just ran,
stop playing Rocket League.
Running the intro. Let me know when it's over.
We're used to jump and run.
Together,
okay.
they welcome you to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge.
That's true. Well, I'm a guess. It's probably done by now. So we got audio. What's up? This is Ahman Green. Welcome to Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. We are in a different location, as you probably see, and I'm probably still talking over music because I don't hear it exactly, but working through it. That's how we do things. We know how we do things here on the show.
It's a guessing game.
It's a guessing game on Ahman Green's Gamers Lounge. So if this is your first time tuning in, this is a show where we talk about one video games, other trending topics in the video game or esports industry, and from our opinions of games we like, and give our opinions on the industry topics trending that we mentioned, and then we talk about some of the other surrounding culture things. Like we're watching and wrapping up. Well, I'm watching.
You're watching.
Shogun.
At least one of us.
One of us is watching Shogun season 1 and
for that.
recapping episode 8 at the end of the show. So we'll be talking about that. But then leading into that, we're gonna obviously check in with each other, because we're good friends as well. So see how everybody's been doing.
Friends.
Yeah, I know we're friends.
You don't respond very much.
I do. Stop it. I do. I do. Don't hurt. You hurt my feelings now, Rico. No, don't do that. Man. So we talk about, like I said, games. We talk about new drops coming out, and then also where we're at tonight. So we're at a fun place that I've have encountered already, and I'm like, wow. When I first walked in, I did not realize it felt like I was still I felt like I was in Chicago or somewhere, a big city.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Like
big city.
this makes you feel like you're in a big city?
Yes. And so this place is called Let It Flies in downtown Omaha, Nebraska, my hometown, literally probably a mile and a half or 2 miles from Central High School, where I graduated from. Playing everything: football, baseball, basketball, a little track, a little powerlifting.
You're
so
pretty decent.
Super. Was that? Yeah, pretty decent.
Yeah, you
know, so super excited about that. But I say my last week has been a rough week for myself, family wise. I've gone to a viewing that is all was part of a funeral for my son's best friend's mother passed away. So shout out to the Bink family and their loss, their condolences there, and also my family between Yano Jones, who was one of my little league teammates, good friend of mine, and then my own uncle Robbie and my family, my mom's side of the family. One of her brothers passed away this week. So rough week for my family, and just living life day by day. I'm in the middle of an Esports Production camp that I'm doing down in Lincoln as well. So you got 1,000 things going on, trying to, transverse through life still. So I know I'm hanging in there a little bit at a time. Good to see everybody in the chat. Keto, what's up? Bear fan, thank you for jumping in. We got big esports conference. What's up? Say what's up, Coach Green. So definitely we had I say from going to my son's friend's mom's funeral. It was a lot of family there, good support there to see them. A lot of faces I hadn't seen in that were from the Milwaukee area that we knew. So very excited to see them, but obviously for not the best causes. So, but good seeing them talking, hugging, shedding tears, and all that fun stuff that happens. And so now it's got to do the same thing with my own family. So, but this is unfortunately part of life that we got to go through sometimes. And we always, I say, the way my mom and dad raised me, try to always think about them in the brighter light and the funny times, the happy times, and the good old times with your friends and family that has passed away. So I know with the ticket, I know we've had guys from the ticket that have been on the show or helped behind the scenes, or just everybody knew within the building that have passed away in the last couple months too. So it's that's life. Life sometimes is hard hitting, and those curveballs you can't hit sometimes. So you just gotta learn the hard part of it is then I say rebuilding and trying to take that first step forward, but also grieving is a part of it too. So definitely do that. I will do that, after show and through the weekend, just to figure out what my plans are going to be in the next week or so in terms of my uncle's viewing and funeral coming up here in the next week or so. But let's get to some game stuff.
Yes.
And also checking in with you, since I talked up and talked
I was just
forever.
letting you do your thing. Man.
How you been, Rico?
I've been, not to, negatively one-up you, but I do want to shout out my dad, my stepmother who passed away today. So my sisters, both of my sisters, my younger sisters, were helping take care of her. She was diagnosed with cancer a few months ago, didn't have much longer to go. And just kind of accelerated late last week. And finally she is without pain, and she passed away today. So I was going to go see my sisters, but they're busy this weekend, and we're scheduling the funeral for sometime next week. But I do want to wish the best for that side of my family.
Gotcha.
But,
So
other than that, it's just been work as usual and hanging out with the family. And when one, it's unfortunate, and it's a part of life. When life ends, life begins. And I will be celebrating Elliot's 5th birthday this weekend as well. She turns 5 on Monday.
That's awesome. That's
so again, it's one of those where through life you have the negatives and the positives, and you just have to roll with the punches, kind of like you said.
Exactly. So with that, I know it was something I wanted to talk about last weekend, but I'll be talking about it in my quick hidden news bites. But with that, I will go to the sponsor read here. So Sly is a play. Play is a central part of life to our sponsor of Sly. Whether it's digital, outdoors, exploring the world is fun. Keep the good times rolling and support your play with Sly Boost, Sly Chill, or Sly Dream. Explore a great, your version, it's a version of Red Bull, but it's more healthy for you.
It's a healthier Red Bull.
Yeah, healthier Red Bull, excuse me. So, and it's for gamers. I know we had Dr. Tom on the show about a year ago now, and him and his wife's company is doing very well. So shout out to them to being a sponsor to our show. And now we'll get over to our first segment of the show, the quick hitting news bites. Let me get my stuff here put up. Now I got a little help on the side. Got my man Mac that's behind the scenes, and hopefully he could transverse through what I usually do during the week or during the show, where I'm hitting the tabs and messing up.
I have 100% faith that he is going to do it better than you do.
All right. So with that, we are in quick hidden news bites. So Rico, you take it first. I'll let you. Yes.
Okay. So a game that we were playing.
Yep.
A few months ago, we decided it was our game of the month, game of the year, practically.
It was game of the year,
but
but
ended up being the game of the year
I
for
only played it like
everybody
5 times
in the world. 20 times over. Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
Developed by Larian Studios. Well, the developers for Baldur's Gate 3 are currently in production of some other games, and they are excited that their fans are getting to experience the same type of game with the release of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. offering fans a new fantasy characters to look forward to. And the reason that I picked this as my quick hit news bite is because when you look at the developers, it seems as if they're excited to have all of these other games coming out that aren't copies, because Dragon Age, Baldur's Gate, they've been out for, not these specific games,
right,
but these stories and everything have been out for quite some time. So to have the developers being excited for each other and being excited for the fans to continue to experience these types of games is not something rare. But when you look at the fan side of things, people are always arguing like, oh, this game's better and this game does this better, and the romance options in Baldur's Gate are better than the romance options in Dragon Age, and the fighting style and the dice and this and that graphics.
Right.
But that's the fan perspective. The developer perspective is, oh, this is awesome. We saw the trailer. This is great. We're excited for everybody to not only play our game, but to continue their love of role-playing games and games that look like this, set in this kind of time, with another game not developed by us. And I think that that's really refreshing to see that.
Yeah, the Baldur Gate, a big, excuse me, epic game where you got to, build your character from the ground up. Orc, elf, what else?
Half elf,
drow,
dark elf, drow, dwarf, and all of the different subclasses there. Gnome, halfling, dragonborn, half orc, Githyanki, all of them, all kinds of things.
Yeah, so building that game out obviously takes a lot of effort. So understanding what the guidelines and I say the different difficulties they have with keeping this game up to date, obviously, and for all the, I say, hardcore role-playing game people out there. So
yes,
it gets tough to manage sometimes. So
I'm still going through this game. I've just gotten to Act 3, and I love watching other people. I don't like to watch people who have gotten past where I'm at, because I don't want anything to.
You don't want a spoiler.
But I'll watch people who are like, I'm on my 12th playthrough, and they're on Act 1, and I'm sitting here like, I never thought to do that. Like, there's so many different ways to do one quest. So in Act 1, I know you've gotten through it a little bit. The Goblin Camp, right? And for anybody that hasn't played Baldur's Gate 3, this might be a little bit of spoilers. So 3, 2, 1. Spoiler alert.
Close your ears.
In the Goblin Camp, when you're going through and you're either killing the goblins or assisting the goblins, depending on what type of role you want to play, whether you want to be evil or you want to be good, there are so many different ways to go through and defeat the Goblin Camp. Like, some people poisoned a punch bowl, some people locked them all in a room with fire that was spreading everywhere. Some people set up explosive barrels all around the camp and lured the goblins into certain areas so that they'd be able to kill them with one firebolt that explodes everything. I just went through and I just started fighting everybody. Like, that's just kind of, I was like, all right, we're taking axes and we're swinging.
This shooting people or bludgeoning people with your character, that's the way to go.
Square up, let's do this. Like, that's what I decided to do. But watching other people go through it and have, hundreds, thousands of different ways to go through it, it makes me extremely interested in seeing if I would have the patience to go through with a style like that, and B, the smarts to figure out a style to continue like that. Because I don't think I'm as smart as some of the people that play these games. Actually, I know I'm not. I know I'm not as smart as some of the people that play.
Yeah, because I say only because of the genre. I mean,
yes,
being in like a D&D game, that's where I'm not smart as those, because I know I have friends that have been playing D&D style games for eternity, for 20, 30 years. So it's something to where you gain that knowledge and experience of knowing how to set up starting with your character, like we already mentioned, but then making all the decisions, know where to go, the die part of it and all that is something you learn how to, you get experience in it, and it becomes easier and easier as you go. But if you're where I am, it's like,
I played Dungeons and Dragons like twice with my mom, who's my mom's a big nerd. Shout out to my mom. But I've played that like twice with her, and this, Baldur's Gate is pretty much like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's a video game, right? So you're rolling the dice and everything. I don't understand the whole, the armor concept, that this one increases your, constitution or your wisdom or your dexterity. Like, I don't understand that part. I'm sitting there and I go, that armor looks cool, and it'll give me an extra attack. Bet. That's what I'm doing.
Right.
I'm not
smart
enough to go through all of that. And then there's also, I'll fight somebody with a different class. So I just fought a whole bunch of Githyanki monks, and they're doing unarmed attacks, and they're hitting me 12 times in one turn. And
That's
I'm
a
sitting there
monk?
like, I'm gonna make a monk.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go out there. I'm just fists. They're just
Interesting.
punching you.
I'm not on that
They're
level
beating
yet.
the crap out of me. I have armor and swords and axes, and they're just like,
And
I'm
you're
gonna
losing.
punch you in
Right.
the face.
You're losing.
And yeah, I've died a couple times. It's fine.
There you go. So real quick, I'm gonna pause for a sec. Mac. So for the when we share the screen, you could click on the link where it says share tab under the browser. So then you can see the article that pops up real quick. So then people could see what Rico's article is saying. And then you could do the same when we go to mines as well. So all right. Now that's it. Now we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. So, but no, it's big game that I'm trying to get, like I said, trying to get on the slate. That's on my binge.
Yeah.
Was it back?
When you do get into it, let me know, and then
My
I'll
binge
start
list.
I'll start a new character. You'll have a new character, and we can play together. I mean, we'll have to find out times that we can actually play, but we'll play
Right.
together. Maybe we'll invite.
I'm gonna need
somebody
that.
else.
I know Eeyore is a part of that because he
we'll
asked
invite
me.
Eeyore.
A keto too.
Please don't make fun of us. I've seen people play with friends, and they do it kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, where they create a voice for their character. So while they're playing, they're saying things like, in some weird voice, like,
Right.
"Oh, we should check over here, and we should do this."
Right.
It's their own thing.
So
it looks really fun.
I mean, I've seen enough of what is the show? Stranger Things.
Yes.
I've seen that. And there, obviously the depiction of what that, we already know that show, but yeah, how when they were playing their D&D in the first couple seasons of it, and obviously got pushed into a real thing, dealing with Vecna and all the characters there.
Things
So
like that.
But yeah, 100%. All right.
I'd rather not deal with a mind flayer in real life.
Nah.
Thank you.
Nope. All right, now we're gonna head over into my area. So do you able to get it, Mac? Yep. So click on that. You should be able to make a caption and pop it on the screen here next to us. There it is.
There it is.
Ooh, we got some fun games. So Summer Game Fest, my man Jeff Knightley from the next Xbox Live has been actually doing this event on his own, So he's been planning out Summer Game Fest for over almost 10 years now, I believe. And so he took it as his own. And for that, it's basically I was just talking off camera with Mac that's working with us today about, and Phil and Rico about E3. E3 has been over for a year now. So we miss out on a lot of things as video game fans. So E3 would happen. Summer Game Fest was in the same vicinity of the LA Convention Center. PlayStation will have their event and Microsoft will have their event. But since E3 kept raising the booth prices, so now we just have Summer Game Fest. Sony Play is still going on out in LA right now. And then what did I just say after that? I forgot. Drew a blank. What was it? PlayStation? Oh, Microsoft. That was Microsoft. And Microsoft, they built their own theater right next to the LA Convention Center to say, you know what, we're not going to pay booth fees, but we'll just build the building. We'll just do our thing. So, but
to have enough money to do that.
Exactly. So I'm not sure, but Jeff Knightley might be doing Summer Game Fest like in the Microsoft Theater. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
If you watched it live,
do you know Jeff?
I don't know him personally. No, I know of him, just like we all do.
You should have somebody put you in contact with Jeff.
100%. If I might have to do that,
then we'll head out there.
We'll head out there next year.
There'll be a party.
Yes, we'll do that, and be able to
you guys saw that. All right?
Yeah, and get a part of seeing some of these games and maybe playing some of these games firsthand that launched.
Let me play the game and show you how bad I am, and then try to tell you what you should change.
So right. That's where I'm at too. So some of the games that drop, and some of them that yes, and some of them is like, wow, I didn't know that it was a game of that title and type of in that horror genre. So first one is Lego's Horizon Adventure. So the Horizon Dawn series that's on PlayStation, it's PlayStation exclusive.
Which is just epic.
I've been trying to play it. I have it at home. It's part of my backlog stream list of games. So I have that. So that is drowned. It's been around long enough. Now it's turned into a Lego game.
Yeah, well, that's also one of those games where you have the option to do all of these things and create, potions and infuse your spear or whatever with all of these different things. And what I do is I'll find a glitch and I'll hide behind a tree and keep throwing stuff at a T-Rex until it dies.
And that was Lego version.
And they're like, oh, you slide under the T-Rex and you stab it and then you jump on its back and you do this. I'm like, I'm just going to hide over here and keep throwing stuff at it.
And that's regular graphics.
Yeah.
Now this is Lego, so I wonder how it's going to work in the Lego world. The sense of it, they obviously, when you attack them and you hit them and they fall into Lego pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so that was one game I saw. I say from the title and it being Legos, I say that's going to be fun one. But the title here on this next one, No More Room in Hell, Part 2. How I missed Part 1 with a game title like that?
You thought there was still room in hell.
I don't know. Obviously, there's no more room in hell, y'all. So
100% no more room.
Okay, so let me click on this so I can see if
they're
it's
gonna start kicking people out.
if it's obviously it's a horror game. Let me see what the review if it has an overview. If it wasn't with that title, I'd be like they're stealing. I'll be like they're stealing. All right, here's the summary. It's No More Room in Hell Part 2. You and your fellow survivors must make your way through a diseased world that has seen the dead rise to feast on the living. So zombie movie.
Oh, cool.
There we go. Another zombie apocalypse going on or whatever. Cooperation and teamwork are vital if the human race is to survive living this hell. So there you go. That's the game.
So there was
Resident Evil feel. What's that?
Hell was so full that
Right.
they just kick people out and then they're making hell on earth.
And they were they kept them dead.
Yeah.
And they obviously, as we know, dead people that are walking
never
around,
stay
they
dead.
eat other human people, you know, alive people. You know.
So now we're gonna have 2 hells.
There we go. So it comes out. Oh, I love this. It comes out on Halloween. That's perfect. That's great marketing,
Of course it does.
great promotions, and all that fun stuff. It's on. It's only on PC though. Wow, interesting. You would think with that, you know, having Halloween, that was good. Action survival game. So it's online co-op, but only on PC. I'm a little surprised at
Those
that.
graphics must be amazing.
They better be. They better be.
The game that I am extremely excited for,
Okay, what's that?
Black Myth Wukong.
Black Myth. It's on there, right?
It's on there. You gotta scroll.
Let me see.
It's
Let
after
me see.
Outlaws.
Okay. Oh, Star Wars Outlaws, another good one.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about. So, chat, real quick, throw in some of your favorites because I know everybody was watching Summer Game Fest over the weekend. It started on Friday. I think it went all the way to Sunday. So, throw in the chat. Throw in some of your favorite games that you heard that are coming out, and the ones that you want to play. Because I know I'm between Lego Horizons and then the one Rico just mentioned,
Black Myth Wukong.
I know that's his game. He's like karate.
It's like RPG rooted in like Chinese mythology.
And you love that. I know you.
I think it's the sun god Wukong.
Okay.
And like if you read up on Chinese mythology and you read up on the sun god Wukong, like
Right.
he seems like undefeatable, and all of his powers and everything that he can do. Like that's why I'm so excited for this game, because I'm wondering exactly how far they're able to stretch, the myths and the mythology within this game for Wukong.
Right. And then for me, big one is the Star Wars Outlaws. I watched the gameplay of that Jeff produced or had it on his show. And it was some of the creators, too, that came out from, what is it? Marvel, not Marvel, but Disney, I guess. The Disney writers and some of the coders came out and introduced the game. And they have it to where it's kind of on a funny note with the original Star Wars series, right? Saga is like good versus evil, Jedis versus Sith.
Yes, it is.
Now, and it teaches you things, right? About living life and going through it and being calm at intense situations or knowing to get past what I just started the show with, getting past death in a family or something like that with Anakin and losing his mom.
Being able to get past it.
Exactly. And now Star Wars is teaching you how to be a criminal. So just, with all that being
Star
said,
Wars,
boom, there you go. Now they want to teach you how to be a
Star Wars
criminal.
is like, here's how to be good, here's how to be bad, here's how to commit crimes.
So they're covering the gambit, right?
I'm proud of it.
Right. So I say I'm super excited because the graphics, I'm excited about the graphics, not the gameplay that's teaching me how to be a criminal.
I'm excited about the crime.
I'm excited about
it's like GTA in space.
I love it. Because that was my game when that came out. And you had online GTA, the GTA story, right?
Yeah, you've told me.
It's amazing.
I hate online GTA because I can never do anything.
For the audience here, if you haven't heard my GTA story, was one time I have a good friend back in Green Bay named Ben, and when GTA 5 came out and went online, and you could go do things like street car racing, you could rob banks or do whatever, heist and all that. So me and Ben said, look, we're gonna start doing heist in the game. And I just had it, I'm in my head, I'm just thinking practically from a video game sense. Let's start small and let's rob a liquor store. We go in, we rob the liquor store. Long story short of it, I'm at the register, about to stick up the clerk. My man Ben outside is covering the door. He gets hit by an RPG. And he's like, goodbye, game over, get out of here, game over. And then by the time I look back at the door, I look back at the register, the AI, so the NPC clerk hits me with a shotgun in the chest.
Should have turned around.
I was like, all right, we're
Never
done.
take your eyes off.
We're done trying to rob people on GTA. So hopefully on Star Wars Outlaws, we could somehow finagle a lightsaber or one of those. You know, I would take Han Solo's handgun.
Yes, his blaster.
That's a good blaster.
Yeah. I want Chewie's.
You know,
the bowcaster.
Yes,
Yeah,
that one too. That thing causes damage.
Packs a punch.
And then, of course, this one here that Rico knows I'm a definitely get because it's just the greatest superhero of all time. Batman Arkham Shadow. Oh, I'm gonna watch this preview tonight and I'm gonna enjoy it. Now I'm gonna text it to you in the middle of the night to wake you up because you have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old that's gonna wake you up at 6 a.m.
I don't want to play a game about a billionaire who beats up criminals.
But it's so fun. But this is for Meta Quest. Though. It's a VR. It's a new VR matchup.
Be Batman?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've done this on PlayStation first generation of the VR. So I already did that one. So now Meta Quest is doing it. Meta Quest 3 exactly exclusively on Batman Shadow. So finally stepped out of the darkness to give DC fans a better look at its younger Batman, the new threats that it faces. So the new footage of the VR spinoff game has arrived. So you guys could go online, check it out, revealing a cinematic look at Bruce Wayne, my man. That might seem but a bit familiar from the Arkham fans. Sorry. It's a trailer that sets up the Rat King as its main villain, as packs of a few Easter eggs for those looking for nods to the rest of the Gotham criminals. Awesomeness. So yeah, that means Joker. Mm-hmm. That means Scarecrow. Mm-hmm. Killer Croc. So on and so forth.
All of these people
Harley Quinn.
All these people Spider-Man would beat with one punch.
Yeah, exactly. Harley Quinn. And then also looking at Street Fighter 6, I think it's only probably just DLC because they just dropped the game last year. So this is probably more DLC actually. So go over to IGN.com or any gaming website. I believe probably Kotaku as well will have the Summer Game Fest list and games. So again, let me see in the chat. Did anybody put any games in the chat? We had
Doom.
Okay. South of Midnight. Gears E-Day. Gears of War. Ooh, I remember that one. The wall bouncy multiplayer. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever played that online.
I never played Gears of War I played it once online at a friend's house, but Gears of War, great story, very sad story.
Yeah, a lot of
hits you in the feels.
Yeah, it gets you. But yeah, Street Fighter just came out last year, so I would say it's more DLC to the game.
Yeah.
And they done.
I think they're at Oh no, never mind. Different. That was Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll say
they added some more people, but that was.
I was gonna say, and what I was gonna add with not just Street Fighter, but all the fighting games. Tekken 8 is doing it. Street Fighter has done it, where they're between RPG within the game, and then more characters, but then doing the skin game.
Yes.
Like they're taking a page out of Fortnite. What is it? Call of Duty Warzone, Apex. So now skin play, build your own character. Make them a fighter, a ridiculous good fighter, things of that nature. So Street Fighter is doing a good job with that. So yeah, head over to IGN.com or any other gaming website, and I'll have the list of Summer Game Fest games here on YouTube. Actually, it has its own channel. I think Summer Game Fest, it's its own channel. You go check it out, and you can see the games going down on that list. Man, you got Skate. I think that's Tony Hawk. So Tony Hawk is back in the game, but you can't do that when you're 60 and you're virtual.
It does what he wants.
So you don't have to worry about busting a hip there. With Tony Hawk jumping scare. You got what's that? Sonic and Shadow. Awesomeness. That brings me back to my childhood there. Descendants, that looks good. The first Descendants there.
All of this looks amazing.
They got Power Rangers game. I wasn't a big Power Ranger fan. I'll be honest.
Cancel the I think it's the Netflix Power Rangers thing that they were working on.
Really?
Yeah, they had to cancel it. They're saying, they're not giving up on it, but they did have to cancel it.
Probably money. It's usually money.
It's always money.
It's always money. Money. All right, now we're going to head over to This or That, our fun conversation where I come up with a lot of crazy things to see what y'all get to pick or what Rico gets to pick at least. Chat too, you could participate here in the studio, sitting here with us. Y'all could participate as well if you want to. And we're going to find out real quick what your tastes are in certain things here. So we got fish first. What's the first? Let me see. Where is it?
Beach or pool?
Beach or pool?
I'm gonna go with pool.
Yeah.
Although, like, okay.
Oh, that's right. So we got this. We got the Runner show.
A beach, like 4 times in my life. Not
What?
a lot. I just like no. I've been in Nebraska. I haven't really gone anywhere, so I've been to a beach like 4 times. In my
What
life,
about New York?
and it's really nice. And
Oh, you haven't been? Okay, you haven't been. Okay, I figured you
I
had.
in Florida, and then when I went to Puerto Rico.
Okay.
But it was really fun. Just kind of sat by the ocean in a chair, read a book, just walked around a little bit. But then, like, everybody had to get out because there was like a school of sharks. That
100%. I'm out.
So I go with pool because there's a smaller chance that I'll get killed by something.
Well, yeah, when you don't have to live through a Jaws movie, I would say beach if that doesn't happen, but I don't mind going to pool. But
beach is more serene and like calming.
As long as it's not beach, I guess killer shark season.
As long as there's nothing that's gonna. I mean, there's things in there, but
right. I'm gonna take beach too. Or beach as well. I don't know. You didn't pick beach.
I pick pool.
Okay, I'm gonna go beach then. I'm gonna go beach. I'm gonna avoid the shark infested waters. You know, I know I've been down south, way south, down under south, where this is killer.
Like Australia.
Yeah, yeah. This is killer shark.
And you actually went in the water?
No, I didn't because I saw the killer shark.
Oh yeah.
It was from my hotel room, so I was smarter than an average bear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay up here and watch.
Like, ooh, that's
watch that go down, and I'm not getting in the water.
Crocodiles.
But I'll still take a walk. I'll still take beach. Go swimming in the beach because it's fun. It's good for you. It exfoliates your skin and all that fun stuff. So
the first time I went to a beach, I'm an idiot, and I forgot that it was salt water.
Oh, and you swallowed it.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
And I just immediately just felt sick.
Yeah, that's what a lot of salt will do for you, man. All right, so we got their beach chat. What does chat say? Any picks in there? Here we go. Comments there.
Nobody yet.
All right. What's the next one up is
ice cream or popsicle?
I should have said soft serve ice cream, but
either way, I'm taking ice cream. Whether it's soft serve or frozen on a cone, whatever you get it from the ice cream man in the van, like whatever it is, I'm taking ice cream over a popsicle.
If it's soft serve, I'm taking that.
Frozen flavor with color. Like,
and then
I'm not about that life.
We're gonna stick with the X's. All right, where you at? Yeah, stick with the X's.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep, stick with the X's. All right. So for me, like I said, if it's soft serve, I'm in. I don't mind ice cream. I'm gonna mix. You can mix it up. It takes you about a minute.
Yeah, just real quick.
You can make it into your own soft serve.
Yes.
So hard ice cream hack for you right there. All right. So ice cream there for us on both of us.
Yes,
right. All right. Next one here. Next one up.
Camping or glamping?
Now, full definition of glamping. You understand it, right?
I don't know what glamping is.
Okay, glamping is you're in a trailer or a camper and it has power.
That's
electricity.
What?
Exactly. That's glamping. So
you just like that's dumb.
I can't say that to my wife, but thank you.
That's dumb. I won't say it to her.
I've tried to go camping, or I tried to go camping with my kids when they were younger, and it didn't go down because all my wife said, no, I need to be in a trailer or a hotel. I'm like, a hotel? No, we're going camping. We're going outside.
It's nature.
So I'm camping for sure by myself or with Rico.
Oh, I'm camping.
Okay, I'm with you then.
Little did you know, I could survive out there for a decent amount of time.
Me too. Yeah, I grew up going camping.
Boys and Eagles.
Oh, see, I didn't have that. I don't have that level.
Got you on that one.
But 4 years in a row camping out in Big Bear Mountains in California. So 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
Where I had to learn pitch a tent, start a fire, and obviously know how to cover up my droppings so animals don't track us, stuff like that. So got it all down. So camping for me. What about the chat? Let's see.
I'm a big fan of watching Naked and Afraid, so I feel like I can survive.
We have Poppy in the chat says
it's a great show.
True, it is.
You ever watch Naked and Afraid XL?
Yeah, not XL, but I've watched.
Ahman.
I've seen the original stuff.
If you have
what's the difference?
If you have Discovery Plus, go watch. It has Naked and Afraid on there. Go watch Naked and Afraid XL. Because the difference is, so Naked and Afraid is 2 people, right?
Okay.
Sometimes 3, whatever. 2 people, right?
So
XL, there's like 10 people. and they can like join forces.
Gotcha.
Also, they're staying out there instead of 21 days. They're staying out there like
3 months,
like a month and a half.
Oh,
or
a
something
month
like that.
and a
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's 30 days or something like that. And then there was like Naked and Afraid XL, like next level or whatever.
Oh, I have not.
60 days.
Oh, well, that's like Survivor. That's many much level of Survivor.
But you don't get help with anything.
Right.
It's just you.
Yeah,
and
you do. You get, yeah.
And it's amazing. There was one where they put them on like on islands, and they had to like build a raft and go from one island to the next, and then go to like the mainland.
Dang.
And it was.
Oh, that's a job.
Like the best. It's the best show I've ever.
That's a job, man. Jobs to survive.
I love that show so much.
Yeah. So we have Poppy. Poppy in the chat says it's like doing barbecue on a pellet grill or offset smoker. Offset all day. He must be talking about barbecuing or something.
Yeah, instead of the pellet grill, like you have
gotcha.
like the pieces of wood and you smoke it yourself. I mean,
we got a couple of campers in. Poppy's also a camper.
I have a pellet.
He said camp it. No, he said camping, no questions.
No question.
All right, and then somebody else said, and he also said, he said, I'm a sherbet guy, so popsicle for me. That was Poppy. And then what did Eeyore say? Eeyore said, great. It was a good story. All right, thank you. In one of our stories.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Next item on the list.
Kind of going back to that pellet grill and offset grill, barbecue or picnic.
So we just talked about barbecue. So we already know where Poppy lands. Well, barbecue. I didn't even think of that one out. It's kind of a picnic, correct? Is it the same thing? I know. That's why I said I didn't think this one out here. But I'll say barbecue.
I guess barbecue is like you're making the food while you're outside, or picnic, you're bringing the food with you.
I probably didn't put enough thought into that.
So would you want to go out to a park and grill?
No, backyard.
On the grill, or would you just want to bring a basket with food?
See, that's okay. That's picnic. Yeah, barbecue.
I don't barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yeah, I want to make
easy breezy. Do that right there. What about chat? Let's see what the chat says. Barbecue or picnic, y'all?
I feel like they're going to be barbecue people.
Well, we already know Poppy is. Yeah. He's barbecue all day, he said. All right. Nothing from that. Our next one on the list, we have a few more to go.
Road trip or plane trip?
It's summer. It's hot. I know my wife and kids definitely
plane?
No, road.
Road.
They don't like planes.
Are you plane?
No, I don't mind driving. I could drive solo. I could drive with the group, and I could be the main driver. I won't even, unless I get tired, I'm like, all right, we got to stop. I won't say, hey, somebody needs to take over. I'll say, hey, let's stop and rest. And then, because I just like driving. So I'm driving. I'm road tripping.
Trips are more fun. First off, you don't have to deal with airport security or losing your bag or anything like that.
Yep. That's what happened.
Stop in the car and go. Plus, you can stop wherever you want. If you see something cool, you can stop and see some weird ceramic dinosaur on the side of the road.
Yep, that happened with us. Actually, we just lost. We didn't lose it all day. We did, or I say all day. We lost my wife's bag when we were up to Milwaukee last weekend. So we got it by midnight. Yeah, it was at the hotel, so that didn't happen. So that's why road trip, you're good. You know, other than maybe bad traffic, which okay, my wife's gonna beat me up about this, but it's Father's Day, so I could probably survive. Okay, she doesn't like to sit in traffic as a passenger. I'm driving, so I'm trying to figure out what's the problem.
I mean, traffic sucks regardless whether you're a passenger or a driver.
No, it don't suck for me. I don't care.
Yeah, but it can
That's why I was like, I'm like, babe, you're not driving.
It can still suck for everyone else.
Because I could get when people are cutting you off and you're the driver. You said what?
You just have to share your feelings on traffic. She can have her own feelings.
I just want to ask somebody else. There we go. Okay, I might have
No, I get it. Traffic just sucks regardless.
Yeah.
Whether I'm a passenger, whether I'm driving. When I'm driving, it's worse though.
So you know me. You know me well. You know what I did. I've taken stuff, I've explained this to you.
Yep.
I've taken stuff that annoys most people and I made it my favorite thing. So that's one of the things. I made traffic, not my favorite thing, but I learned how to cope with it. So I put some of my best, some of the best music I like to listen to, which is 80s, 90s rap, 80s, 90s R&B.
Yep.
And I let from Whitney to Ice Cube and all them guys, I just let them take me on a ride.
You're one of the only people I know that can make a positive out of traffic.
Right. And so I don't sit there and obviously, as people say, bitch and moan. I just let it, I call it a phenomenon, sitting in LA traffic. What was that? Yeah, you.
Goodness gracious.
It's a phenomenon. Sitting in I've been in New York traffic. I know we got yourself and then Mac over. He's a New Yorker, or I say New Jersey, but he knows New York traffic very well. I'm pretty sure.
Speaking of New York traffic,
it's amazing.
The first time I ever went to New York,
it's
I was
amazing.
like 16, right? I was with my dad. We were going to my cousin's wedding, and we're sitting in traffic, or we're getting close to the city, and he like pulls off to the side, and he goes, "Okay, we're switching."
Right.
What do you mean? He goes, "You're driving." I go, "I don't even like. I have my learner's permit."
Your dad though?
Like, what?
Wow.
I've only driven in Nebraska. You're gonna make me drive to New York?
That ain't.
Like, what kind of crazy person are you? He goes, "Oh, you'll be fine. You've got it."
That's a hell of a learning curve. That's all I gotta say.
I may or may not have had tears in my eyes.
Oh, you had tears. You had tears.
And then he was like, "Oh, we
with
need to
that
park
traffic
here." I was like, "How do I park?" He's like, "It's a parallel park." We haven't worked on this.
Dang. He just threw you through the
Ridiculous.
fishes. He threw you to the sharks.
I got it. After like 25 tries.
So
but it happened.
He's with you. He says stuck in traffic sucks when you have to go to the bath. Yeah, when you go to the bathroom.
I luckily haven't had that.
Facts. All right, we got a couple more here.
All right, two more
to wrap it up.
This one's easy for me. Lemonade or iced tea? Lemonade.
Oh yeah, me too. Lemonade. I don't even have to think about that. Unless it's sweet tea. Sweet tea is good, but this is iced tea. So
strong statement.
Between iced tea and lemonade. I mean, that's you mix that together. That's the Arnold Palmer, right? Yeah, but lemonade all day. That's mine. Let's see the chat. Chat, what you talking about here? And then ER says, I took my driver's test in a thunderstorm.
That's fun.
That sucks. That sucks.
They'll get their answer.
Final one. What's up?
Is this a real? Did you really?
Yes, I did. And so reason why I went here.
Okay, I'll ask it, and then you explain your reasoning behind it, because I can't imagine that it's anything good.
It's simple. It's simple. Say
fireworks or fireflies?
Well, obviously fireworks 4th of July or summer, all throughout or events throughout the summer. And then fireflies is, I remember doing that here in Nebraska and even California, catching fireflies in the summer.
Yep.
So yeah, boom. I mean,
so you're comparing giant fire explosions to small light up.
Like I said, it's simple. It's simpleness. The fireflies is the simpleness. The fireworks are the more, you plan it out. You go save your couple $100 to buy $200 worth of fireworks.
Oh, that's all you're getting?
That's what I used to spend.
$200.
I used to spend when my kids were little. Put a show on for them. I used to spend at least $250 to $300.
Drive down to Missouri, get the good ones.
I was in Wisconsin. I'm not going that far at that time. No, I'm not going. Now, when I grew up here, yes, me and my cousins that I grew up with here, we used to drive down to the border and then go get the fireworks.
I'm not advocating for anybody to go down to Missouri and get illegal fireworks.
No, don't do that. YouTube, don't put us on a little little detention or whatever that they do. We're not selling that. So oh man, so we are done with this or that. Now we're headed over to game releases. Now we got some fun games to talk about and some videos to watch. Got these fun games here. Up first, I will start it off. I'll go first.
Okay,
I'll go first. So first one up. Let's see here. You got it going, Mac? Yeah, Rocket Knight. Yes, indeed.
Rocket Knight.
I saw this game. I saw the gameplay. I was like, oh yeah, it was the first game on the little list I sent.
Yep.
And I played the video. I said, this is it. This is it.
That's the one.
So let me see here. We got the video going. Yep, there's the video. So we got Rocket Knight. You can expand the screen, Mac, in the bottom corner there, the right hand of the screen, so everybody can see. Don't have to see everything. There we go. So we got Rocket Knight Adventures Resparked. So we have a game from Limited Run Games. That is the developer and the publisher. Konami, and that's an old school game title, a game company for everyone. That was Double Dribble, I think, and Super Contra and all that.
Explains why it has this look.
The 80s, 90s feel. So PlayStation, it's on all platforms as well. It's only a one-player game, and it's rated E for everyone 10 years old and up. Came out yesterday. So Rocket Knight Adventure Resparked is electrifying 3-game classic collection all in one. So this is old school as well.
Yep.
We had a couple cards. If you had the not Legend of Zelda, the Duck Hunt,
yes,
and the Super Mario Brothers Nintendo, this that brings back memories there. So where players become one of the Rocket Knight's finest. So Sparkster coming to PlayStation, Nintendo Switch. So strap on your trusty rocket pack and soar into action as Sparkster battles an army of robots and pigs. I don't know why pigs, but that's where it's going down on their planet. We've got pigs that you got to fight to save the princess and your kingdom. So the collection, like as mentioned already, features 3 iconic titles. So Rocket Knight Adventures, Sparkster, Rocket Knight Adventures, and then Sparkster is just by itself. And then immerse yourself in the Rad Rats world via the museum and the music player. Bonus content also included. And then new game features, you got Boss Rush. So take on the levels, bosses from the jump. So start off the game doing that, or you could select it and go right to it. And then save your game progression at any time, because you couldn't do that in the 80s. There was no saving the game.
I would know
between
that old, but I figured you could.
1980 to 1989, maybe about 89, maybe, okay. But definitely by 90, 91. I say by 95, you could save a game on PlayStation 1. 97 maybe. And so then also rewind. There's a rewind feature in this game, so that's interesting. So you could go back a few steps to retry battles and obstacles. And I say if that's a button I needed back in the day. I needed that rewind button. So for more information, you can head over to Konami.com or go on their social media and go to their accounts there. But Sparkster, Rocket Knight.
The graphics are the play style is very Mega Man.
Yes.
Kirby.
All the good stuff.
Style. And then the video that they showed, the art style that they were using was very 90s cartoon, like 90s anime type art style. And I'm a big fan of that. So, that looks like a really fun game. It looks like a game that you can play with your kids. There was that one little spaceship thing. It kind of reminded me of Star Fox also. So it's
fun.
got little elements of a bunch of classic games from back in the day.
Yeah, and the music itself. Listening to the music has that old 80s Metroid type sound to Super Mario. Just had that. Just a good layback, chill.
It looked very Sonic-ish. That was the one I was forgetting.
No, for sure.
Sonic.
No, for sure. So, all right, you're up.
That's a word.
Yeah.
I'm up. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I went through, and I know how John does it. He goes by just the title. What I like to do is go through, look at the titles, and then look at the pictures that they have associated with the games.
Yep.
And V Rising caught my attention because it's just a guy who looks like an elf or vampire, because I thought vampire because V, and then he's sitting in a black throne with a sword, I believe, or a mace,
right,
and his arm is on a skull. And I just saw that, and I immediately thought, that's the game.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
V Rising, 2024 action role-playing survival game developed by Stunlock Studios, published by Level Infinite. It has been released already back in 2022, just on PC, just on Windows. But 2 years later, now it's going to be released on PS5 yesterday.
Ooh.
So you can already go and get V Rising. Open world. You know me and my open worlds.
Yeah.
Big open world guy. Open world split into 5
you're going to help me out.
Player controls a recently awakened vampire. And again, this is something else that I like, where you gather materials, you go through the world, and you have to kind of survive. You have to make sure you keep yourself going. With this one, you have to avoid sunlight. You have to.
You're a vampire.
Blood,
you're a vampire.
Do all of these things, as opposed to just games where you're a vampire and you just have vampire powers and you can bite people.
So you got it's a realistic life of a vampire.
This is realistic.
Got it. I like it.
You have to collect the resources, get people where you can survive off of their blood. Go around, defeat bosses. Real open world survival as a vampire who is waking up in a world that. It's hard for him to survive. Nice.
And even though the date said May, it actually got re-released. I think it went on PlayStation.
Yes.
Or something.
So, yeah.
Yeah, PlayStation 5 re-released yesterday. So both the games are out that we talked about. And I'm a vampire guy. And I know I love horror movies. Yes. So to have it to where it's realism and it's almost like set up like the Resident Evil style. Because like you said, you got to obviously watch the sunlight, but then watch your, blood level,
your health,
your hunger level.
Consume the blood from NPCs, and in the 5 biomes, you can claim them. So you have to go around.
So when you say claim, that means you
like
could
control
control
them. You have to
them.
stake your claim to the biome, build a castle,
and
all of that. But there are bosses that you're going to have to go through and defeat.
Right, and that's canon to vampire lore, right? For all the hundreds of vampire movies,
they always have a castle.
And vampire video games. Obviously, if you bite somebody, you turn them. 1, 2, you can control them with your mind. You're the one that has all that. You're the puppet master behind it because you sunk your teeth and got a little of their DNA in you.
There's a whole bunch of different things that you have: abilities, jewels, equipment, weapons,
power. You're very strong.
And with the blood that you can consume, different people, like their different blood types, will give you different powers.
I like that.
Yes. So
And
that's
I think
a very interesting part of it, where you can, instead of, you can't just randomly hop, this person and this person. If you're looking for a certain thing, you need to go find a certain blood type.
I think I've seen 1 or 2 vampire movies where you could do that with the or that happened to the vampire. And also vampires, you can't drink dead bodies that was already dead.
No, it has to be fresh.
You will get sick. I was interviewed with a vampire.
You interviewed a vampire?
No, interview the movie.
Oh,
no, I didn't. I wish. Hey, you know what? I kind of wish. That's like a dark wish to hang out with a vampire. I told me and my wife had this I'm a horror movie dude. Don't look at me like that. Don't judge me. Okay. I've had this conversation with my wife where I said, what did you want to turn into? A werewolf or a vampire? And I can't remember her answer, but mine was vampire.
I mean, I
think hers was werewolf.
No, I feel like it's vampire. It should be vampire for everyone.
Yeah. Well, for me, for sure.
Because you could stay like yourself
forever.
You're just a vampire.
Right.
Whereas a werewolf, you're gonna get all this hair and
you do live a long time as a werewolf though. You can live over 100 years easy.
You gotta turn into a wolf.
Yeah, that's the only. Yeah, that's the what's the word?
Downfall.
That's the downfall. Not the downfall.
It is the downfall.
It's just the sucky part. Okay. So, but what you do?
That's the bad part of
since you live a long time, you obviously could accumulate money, just like the vampires do in most movies, right? As a werewolf, because you're living 100, 200 years.
But if
you could build a titanium cage to put yourself in on full moon nights.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not. If you want to live and have a family, that's what you got to do to protect them from yourself. Being a werewolf. You could tell I put thought into this. It's probably not the best thought.
Not enough.
Why not enough?
No werewolf. There's no positives to being a werewolf.
No. No. Yes, it is. You could live during the day. You have a day life.
Okay.
You could I could have been a pro ball player as a werewolf.
But you couldn't play Monday Night Football games
on a full moon.
What?
I could fake my injury. I could tell the coaches.
You would never.
I could tell the coach. I could bring the coaches into my life and say, "Hey, this is what I am.
I'm a werewolf,
and this is what we're gonna tell the media."
You think you would still play?
My coaches would be down.
Would that show up on a blood test?
No. Oh, I don't know. It probably would, but being a werewolf is not illegal. It's not a PED.
Are you sure?
Being a werewolf is not a PED,
Should
though.
we ask the NFL?
We could send a letter. I don't know how we're going to do it. They probably won't even answer
that.
If
Tom Brady was a werewolf, would he have not been allowed to play?
The NFL is going to look at this letter and be like, what the hell is this?
It's a legitimate question.
It is legit, but the NFL is not going to answer that letter.
For some reason, Ahman has a bum ankle.
If I on full moons. So somebody would figure it out, though.
Yeah.
After about if I played 20 years as a running back.
Yeah.
And he missed certain days, but he comes back 100%. Like,
Did you only play in a dome?
He
have to avoid the sun.
But you know what's interesting?
What?
Like now NFL games are being played in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like, I might not want to take that.
That'd be a problem.
It will come into a fray. It will come into a problem. Traveling overseas.
Ahman the werewolf.
Yeah. All right. So now let's head into the final segment of the show. Real quick, man. I want to say shout out to Phil and crew here at Let It Fly, man. When I first came in here back in the summer, man, I was like, this is between feeling like I'm not in Nebraska, but feeling like I'm in a big city, but then also just the design, the TVs that are up. And we talked about doing some big things here in terms of video games, of course. So I'm like, having the screens that I'm looking at right now through the glass, I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be so fun.
Can you imagine me kicking your butt on NCAA football that screen right there? Because I can't.
I like the confidence.
That screen right there, right in the middle.
You could be confident and get your butt kicked too. You know that, right?
Though.
So
that's
we got
big dub for me.
In college, you said college football or Madden?
College football.
Yeah.
I'm not touching anybody in Madden. I'm garbage at Madden.
Well, Madden and college football are the same. It's the
No,
same
totally
company.
different.
No, it's not.
Totally different. You will not change my mind on
Madden and college football. We don't even go down that road. Let's get to the next segment.
This
All right.
place is amazing, if I may. This place
Yeah,
is
it's
fantastic.
awesome.
And
It's awesome.
I feel like a kid in a candy store because I'm just watching all these TVs, which is not good for doing the podcast because I just get distracted.
Right.
And I'm just like looking at all these. I feel like a dog with a bunch of squirrels running around. I'm just like, ooh, what's going on over here? Ooh, what's this? I'm like, oh, they've got the NBA Finals on, Boston and Dallas. We've got some Team USA soccer.
Yep.
We've got a bunch of different baseball.
No, we
games
got
going on.
international soccer.
That's Team USA.
Oh, is that team? I didn't recognize. Oh,
they're playing Brazil.
I didn't Brazil. Yeah, I recognized the Brazil. See, I didn't know that was your Team USA. I hadn't seen those uniforms. But I knew Brazil right away. Okay, we got soccer. We got an
This place is
NBA.
awesome.
NBA is about to start here in a minute, so super excited about that. I think I'm gonna definitely stick around and watch
Oh yeah.
part of the finals matchup.
I got family and a friend are down there, so I'm gonna go meet up with them.
Yeah, I got one of my high school buddies. He probably popped in here, hopefully. So, all right, next and the last segment of
Yes.
the show here,
It's all
what's on stream coming up. So, if you have not watched Shogun on Hulu and on Disney Plus,
How
because
dare you.
they got the whole bundle.
How dare you? We're not.
Well, the only thing I'll give you an excuse on, you have young kids. That's your only excuse.
It's
with me.
hard.
That's your
I fell
only excuse
I
with me
fell
why
asleep
you're
at-
not watching these
I fell asleep
episodes.
at 8:30 the other night.
Hey, I remember. I got 5.
I was
Okay,
laying on
I
the
got.
couch, and the next thing I know, my wife was waking me up. And she goes, "Go to bed."
Hey, bro, that's me now. Like without kids, I'm like because I'm old.
Yeah, 'cause
You know,
you beat me to it.
I laid down. Oh, just check out what I did yesterday. So I'll come home. You know, I've been doing the esports
Mhm.
camp, so I'll come home for it's basically 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So long story short of it, I come home. I'm unloading my truck, garage, open the door, go upstairs, brought some stuff in,
Mhm.
and took off my shoes, turned on the TV, and then laid on the couch, start doing some work on my computer.
Did you fall asleep with the computer open?
Yeah, that was open. Went to sleep, woke up about 4 or 5 a.m. on the couch.
Yeah.
Went into my bed, got in my bed,
Yeah.
got up to leave, garage and my car door
Open.
still wide open all night long. I'm like, oh man, I'm getting out. All right, so just wanted to share that with you real quick. All right, let's get into Shogun episode 8, The Abyss of Life. So right now we got Toranaga's defeat. Clan moves to Edo. Blackthorn must decide who he's going to fight for. So, because if you've been watching it,
Yeah, totally.
you would know there is a lot of. I mean, you know this from watching the other episodes. A lot of deceit and a lot of power struggle,
Oh, yeah.
right, amongst all
politics.
the politics. Is this is why I told my 10th grade political science teacher I hate politics after the first month of class.
Yeah.
Once I learned what Democrats and Republicans do and all that mess, and this is not even that. This is Shogun lords, and just the power struggle amongst them and what's going on. So in episode 8, Toranaga is faced with an ultimatum from his old friend and closest adversary, Hiromatsu. So he's got to stop his plan to surrender to Hiromatsu with commit to seppuku immediately. So his vessels follows and closest advisors are urging Toranaga to fight back, but he says no because the cost is too high. So then Blackthorn is reunited with his crew finally, but the crew is only to realize that they feel strange around him because obviously he's taken on some of the customs.
He's kind of been indoctrinated.
Yeah, he's been honored by Toranaga in so many ways, so he's been more part of their culture than his culture, where his culture is from England, and now his crew members see that and they're like, bro,
What's going on with you, man?
you set tripping, man. Why are you posing? You a poser now. So Mariko and her husband Botero, they're going through things because between him,
Obviously.
and for obvious reasons, we know
Things have happened.
from the first couple episodes what went down there. But of course, she thought he was dead.
Mhm.
So I'm not mad at her, but he is. And the way their culture is, somebody's head might come off,
Somebody is-
or a hand, or some other appendage might get chopped off. So we'll never know. So they so at the end of that, it's a Sharatia ceremony that doesn't end the way Bonaturo would like. So in that instance, coming up on the end of the episode, so you had the part where Toranaga meets up with his crew.
Mhm.
He has a conversation with one of his crew members, and at the start, his crew member was like super excited to see him because he hadn't seen him in forever.
Seen him in forever.
And then by the end, he's like, "But you different, bro." Like,
Yeah.
he didn't say it like that, but it'd be nice if he's like, "Bro, you different.
What's going on?
What's going on? You got
He said
swords."
He said it in old English.
Right.
version.
You got swords hanging on now. You got this whatever outfit you got on. That's not what you had on when we landed on this, got here.
Yeah.
And so with that rubbed him and other crewmates. And so they got into an argument, and Black Dorian ends up beating them up a bit because he's like, "I'm still the guy. Like, I'm still your captain. We're gonna get out of this.
Respect me.
I'm gonna get you out of here. So don't worry about that." But the crew member just couldn't take the way he was looking.
Yep.
And he was clean. He wasn't all beat up like they were, because they were all beat up from being captured, being in captivity, stuff like that. So that was part of it as well. But then you go into now the storyline of Toranaga. At the last episode, one of his sons died at the end. His fell on a rock, crushed, smashed his brain in. So you got all that going on. So he's having a loss.
Yep.
Now, and then also still having to fight a battle, actual war battle. And that war battle, and if you remember from last week's episode, I mentioned that they already know they're outnumbered. Mm-hmm. They're going to lose it. So he's like, all right, I lost a son. And then he has an illness as well. And then I'm fighting a war that I'm already know I'm going to lose.
I'm fighting a losing battle.
Period. And so this is trying times for Toranaga, trying times for Mariko and her husband as well. So, my mistake last week, I said I thought this was the season finale coming up. I was about 3 episodes off, so my bad.
Close.
I was so close, but I was three episodes off. So this is not. So it's actually 12 episodes in season 1. And I know I mentioned a couple weeks ago already.
They re-upped.
They already green lighted 2 more seasons of Shogun. Yep. So it's going to be 3 seasons in total when this is said and done. So far the series to me, great. It's been, from the culture, but that we see, and that Toranaga's the actor that is Toranaga, he took it and wrote it and made it more brought into his culture. But when you see some of the scenes that have been up, the one scene in particular that happened in this episode is that they, when things go bad, when there's dishonor, when there's a mistake, and you're talking about 1800s, when those things go down, it's either something's getting chopped off or you're losing your life. It's not, oh, you're going to get a butt whipping, go spend some time, go cry in a corner. No.
Get out of my face.
No, you about to get your head lobbed off. And the part when they're killing themselves, where they stabbing themselves in the gut, and then
you got to
dragging the knife across your belly. I'm like, God, dog.
Gut yourself. That's a part of it.
I'm like, that you can't get no more gangster than that.
No.
I mean, I already knew Shogun culture and the Japanese and Asian cultures were about that life. They were intense. They were about the law and the tradition, and they kept it for a long time. I mean, it's still going on now with current families, or if you have friends that are in that culture, if you live over there. Have not been to Japan yet. I want to go. I haven't been to China yet, and I want to go. And I want to experience and see it firsthand. But obviously, I don't want to get all involved.
You don't want to get too into
it. I don't want to get to it where I'm part of. No. But I want to at least see it.
Got to make sure if you go to Japan, you got to cover up your tattoos.
For real?
Yeah.
Why?
Because then they'll think you're part of the Yakuza.
Is it that gangster?
Yes.
The only people that has tattoos is Yakuza, the Japanese mob?
Yes.
Dang. Well, I can't wear shorts.
You have to wear long pants.
Yeah, because I got a Batman tattoo.
Sorry about it.
I got stuff. Oh, yeah, because I don't want to. I don't want to get confronted.
You'd be in trouble.
Because they roll deep. I've seen Yakuza. I played Yakuza, the video game. So
I played the video game. I know exactly what it's.
Yeah, so I don't want none. I've seen plenty of movies.
I know how this works.
Between Jet Li and Bruce Lee, yeah, I've seen enough of that. Don't want to go down that road. So, but back to what we're here with Shogun. But yeah, the end of the episode, one of the lords, I believe Toranaga's, older brother or older lords in the area.
Yes.
Basically, he was between disrespect. This is the scene right here that's coming up, where they're having their conversation and debate on who should do what and what has been done in terms of Toranaga not doing certain things that they wanted him to do.
Yes.
And with him saying, no, I didn't want to fight, or no, I'm going to fight, that has took it to where some disrespect happened. And with that disrespect, the one lord basically said, you know what, I got to end my life because I'm doing things wrong. So that's where he takes the knife, stabs himself. That's in the scene coming up here. And then Bonturo Mariko's husbands, finish him off by chopping off his head. So yeah, and it was a conversation dealing with why, basically, if they're going to go to war or not go to war. Yeah. And one person wanted to, another person didn't want to, and so the argument ends with, you know what, since we're going to war or we're not going to war, I'm gonna just end my life here. And I'm like, God bless. So they hardcore. So it's very intense. So if you have not watched Shogun on Hulu and it's on Disney Plus, it's part of your Disney Plus bundle. I've noticed that. I'm in Disney Plus. I watching Acolyte and I see Shogun. I'm like, oh, what's your problem?
I have a problem with that.
What's up?
Because like Disney Plus, we usually had it. You know, kids are gonna watch the shows on there. Well, we're on there and we're looking up. I don't know. It's like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or something for the kids. And the first thing that pops up was like The Last Omen. And I was like,
yes, I almost watched it, but I fell asleep last night.
And I'm like, that's very different. So it's just, I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah. So here's the scene I mentioned that the one lord, I believe Ishido, takes his own life because of the disagreement between him and Toranaga and their choices on battling or not battling. And my man Bonatoro, you know, he's been through it.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, he's seen some things in terms of living and everybody thought he was dead, but then coming home and seeing the connection between his wife and Blackstone, where he could just sense it right away. You know, he was tuned into his wife, so he understands something's going on. I just can't put my finger on it.
I don't know exactly.
But some went down, but he's dealing with that as well. But then having to chop my man's head off, who was more of a, you know, it was a mentor to him possibly, or a leader in their group for sure, was incredible to probably go through. So this is something that this series has been like this the whole time. It's, and like I said, so correction, 3 more episodes to go for this. So if you haven't watched it, please watch it, binge it. You get caught up to see where we're at. So we got episode 9. You got some homework to do.
I do. I got a couple episodes.
I say just start at episode 7.
Just a few.
And then go to 9. You should be done there. So on that note, we are at the end of our show.
Yes.
So it has been fun in a new place, somewhere that we're going to be back again.
Yeah, we should do this more often.
So
if they allow us.
Can I talk about what's coming up, Phil? All right. So So one of the big announcements here is, and the reason why I'm here, between meeting Phil and his crew is been a great experience so far. But coming up in about, what's today? June 12th. So about 2 months and a day. So 20, 30, 60 days.
Sure.
61 days. So August 13th, we're planning out a NCAA EA Sports college football tournament that night here. Yes. So you could drive them up the 80. Yeah. Bring your own controller. We're gonna be playing college football, NCAA. And that's what, almost a month after the drop. So you got time to get your game right, and you're gonna find out it's not much different than Madden.
Can I put them on the spot and ask if they need an MC?
If they need an MC, hey, yeah, we could talk about that. We're good. Hey, we could do this again. Right here. Yeah, we could do this again. So
I don't want to beat everybody. I got
trash talking. I love it. So it's gonna be, what's that? I'm trying to see. Let me look on my calendar, see what day that is. What date is it? A Thursday? August 13th.
It is a
Tuesday. I believe 4 to 7. Was it something like? Yep, 3 hours long, 4 to 7. So get here early so you get your food in you and then start practicing. Because once the game time starts, shots fired. You better pull up, be ready to go. I'm participating.
He's participating in the first round.
No. There we go. Ooh, we have it on the big screen. So if you've been here, if you're from the Omaha area, if you've been in Nebraska in the last 2 or 3 years, Let It Fly is a great venue. And if you know the area inside, the TVs are huge. So you're going to be getting your butt whipped on, 30, on a big screen, a very, very big screen TV. 50 feet screen, butt whipping, just so you know that. And then that's
painful.
And then for me and this dude here, there's other games. So we got, between college football, we got Tekken, fighting games that we could have on the big screen to see a big old Eddie Gordo, a 50-foot Eddie Gordo.
That seems like a problem.
Oh my God, I'm gonna love to see that. That's my guy on Tekken. Smash Brothers. I play with Yoshi and Kirby, which are not the best
for some
selections,
reason,
but
that makes sense.
What?
That you play with Yoshi and Kirby.
Yeah. I haven't got into all the hardcore S level players of Smash characters, so
Give me Little Mac all day.
all right. So you can find me. So real quick, before we jump off here, Rico, let everybody know where they can find you on your social.
You can find me on Twitter /X at Radio Rico AC. You can follow me on Instagram, Enrique Alvarez Clary. That's my full name. I know it's super long, and I apologize to nobody. So you can follow me on those. Sometimes I tweet funny things. Sometimes I don't tweet at all. It's just
you got
the luck of the draw.
Kids under 10, so you got to give them a break.
You'll be seeing a lot of pictures of my daughter over the next couple of days.
Yeah, birthday,
like
right?
Said,
birthday.
for her 5th birthday, and we've been going through the baby pictures. And I don't know when my baby girl got so big, and I don't like it.
Hey, they grow, man.
I don't like it.
I got 4 girls and a boy, so man, they grow, and they all out. They're out the house. I love them to death, but they're out the house.
Yeah, so follow me.
We go visit now. We go visit. They visit us. So, Poppy, real quick. Let It Fly is downtown Omaha, 10th and Capitol, right off in that area. So if you ever been to the College World Series, I believe it's what TD Ameritrade Stadium.
No, it's Charles Schwab Field.
Oh, it's Charles Schwab. It was TD Ameritrade.
It was. It is.
So Charles Schwab Field now. So not just a few blocks north or south of the field. So that's where we are here. Let It Fly. So you could go to Instagram. You could go to X. You could go to Facebook. You'll find Let It Fly. Follow. Subscribe, and obviously we'll be putting out a social media post as we get closer to the August 13th college NCAA EA Sports College Football Tournament that evening there. So I will be there. Rico
I'll be there.
Rico is going to be there. Phil's going to be here.
No power
and
schools.
A lot of gamers. We'll see. We'll find out.
Group of 5.
We'll find out who the real Madden to college football players are that night for sure. And then keep the ball rolling. We're going to keep doing that thing. So thank you for tuning in. Appreciate y'all here at Let It Fly. Thank you, Phil, again. And Mac, behind the scenes. I know it's probably a little rough, but we getting through it.
I blame Ahman. Also, I don't think it was rough. I think he did an amazing job.
No, he did. He actually did good. It was just for me, it's like I didn't have no sounds. Like I could hear the music and I know what scene or what segment. You just gotta. I gotta let off the reins.
You gotta trust your producers.
Yes,
that's all it is.
And that's what Mac is doing. He's a pro over there.
Yeah.
So
So the Yankee jersey on. I can't trust him any more than I do already.
Well, yes, you're negative. I don't have no baseball team really. Other than my wife's team, she's a Cubs fan. So she's from Chicago. She grew up a little bit of White Sox fan, but now been a Cubbies all her life.
My wife is also a Cubs fan. It's disgusting.
So all right, y'all. See you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Same bat. So it's different time. Same bat channel though. All right. Peace out. Hang out.